Hey guys, this is Zach here, back with a video. This time we're taking a look at the Transformers trading card game. So if you watched my Gen Con haul video from 2 months back, it's been a while, I gave a little bit of a description for this game. This is going to be the full video for it though. Yes, I have had this unopened since Gen Con. I need to finally open it. The game is officially out now, you can find it in all the stores. Picked up some booster packs the other day, I'll show those off in a second. And I'm honestly kind of excited about it now. These are some promo cards, I'll look at those in a second too. This is the starter set here. It's the only starter set there is, it's only Autobots. There's not like a Decepticon starter deck or anything like that. I believe it's $20 or maybe $15, somewhere around there. This is enough for basically one player, even though it says 2-player starter set, that's really a lie. It has 4 character cards and 40 battle cards. And it has a cool little window so you can see that the Transformer cards, the big ones, are double-sided and they're foil. It's got a decent tutorial on their website to teach you how to play. Decent voice actors. This is supposed to be Optimus and Megatron teaching you how to play. And yeah, booster packs is a trading card game. Nothing crazy here. So as I open this, I'll give you a little rundown of why it's taken me so long to actually do a video on this. So I played this at Gen Con. This was a pre-release kind of thing at Gen Con. And I stood in line to do the demo for it. And it was horrible. And a lot of people can agree with me on that. Instead of having this in one of the convention centers in one of the big rooms, it was actually out in the hallway. So you didn't even have to have a Game Pass at Gen Con to do a demo for this. Which is actually kind of cool, and if you're doing a demo, you got a promo card. This is just one of the Transformers from the booster set, one of the common ones. So these aren't exclusive or anything. You just got a little sneak preview card, basically. And outside, in the hall where they had these demos, this is by Wizards of the Coast, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. Hasbro, Wizards of the Coast. So this is an official thing. So the makers of Magic are making this, and just keep that in mind as I go over this video. So this big demo area, they had a huge demo area for Magic, of course. They had a little kiosk looking thing where they had this really awesome table built up with this big playmat on it that had all the colors on it and a bunch of demo decks, and they had a person standing there explaining what all the colors did to people, and she would explain, red is the color of passion, blue is the color of knowledge, and stuff like that. And she would ask people, what embodied them, and then she'd give them a demo deck to go stand in line to learn how to play Magic. And they had, either 6, maybe 8 tables on how to play Magic, which is kind of excessive, because Magic is 25 years old now, so there's not that many new players to Magic this time. But then they had Transformers, this brand new card game that's not even out yet. Huge IP license, it's Transformers. We've never had a good Transformers card game before, barely any. So this was a big, huge thing, and they had a banner with the artwork on it, and they had 2 4-person tables. You'd see at a picnic, pop-up tables. That's all they had. No, I'm sorry, I lied. The first day they only had the 1 table. So only 4 people could do a demo at a time. And there was a huge line of people to do this, obviously. So the second day, when I was actually able to do the demo, they had 2 tables. So they could do 8 people altogether. And they had 2 people from Hasbro doing these demos. And when I went, it took about 40 minutes waiting in line to do my demo. And I really have no idea why. I'll get onto this in a second. But the people playing took 20 minutes. Each person took 20 minutes to finish their game. And I have no idea how. So we got there. I finally got sat down. I had a lady come try and teach me. I sat next to, across from my guy I was going to play the demo with, shook hands, introduced each other, and the lady was nowhere to be found, so we picked up our little half decks I don't even believe it was any of these. Maybe it was, I think it was Bumblebee and Optimus, I think. We both had Bumblebee Optimus. So we had a half team, basically, and a small deck. Maybe 20 cards. And so we kind of start shuffling, you know, to get ready for when she comes to teach us. And she comes to sit down, and she's like, okay, so when you're in a battle, you flip over 2 cards, and she just immediately goes into, like, how a battle works. And I was like, I'm trying to follow along, because I haven't even seen these cards before. And she explains entirely how the battles work. And I'm like, okay, what's the goal of the game? Like, she didn't even, it was a terrible demo, and she was just like, the whole time. It was a terrible demo. It was one of the worst demos I had at Gen Con, and I had a lot of bad ones this year. So that did not get my hopes up. And then the gameplay itself, the gameplay is very, very simple. This is another weird thing about this game that it took me so long to review, is I have no idea who this is targeted to. Like, it is, I don't want to say obviously for children, because the game is stupidly simple, but they're trying to do like this nostalgic thing and target all the adults. And it's funny because all the adults that were there, every single person in line, there was like, we just want the Beast Wars stuff. Why don't they have Beast Wars stuff? Can we have the Beast Wars stuff? We want the animals. We don't care about the cars. Literally every person in line. So yeah, we had a terrible demo. The demo decks were also a really terrible way to show you how to play the game, because we were over in 2 turns. And that's why I don't understand how it took people 20 minutes to play this game while we were waiting in line, because we were done in, I think, 4 minutes for the entire game. We played 2 rounds. We finished a game, and we're like, okay, let's try it again. And played a whole nother round and finished the whole demo in 4 minutes. I don't know why it was taking people 15-20 minutes to finish this game. It baffles me. Everything about this game baffles me, and that's why it's taking me so long to do this review. Okay, I've rambled on long enough. Let me get to what actually this game is. So in this game, it's a trading card game. You're gonna make a team of characters. All the characters have a star rating on the bottom, and you have to make a team of no more than 25 stars. So that could be as little as 2 people, as many as 5 people. It all depends on how many stars you're bringing to the team. Every Transformer card is a 2-card, big promo-looking card. They're all double-sided, obviously, because they're Transformers. They have an alt mode and a bot mode. They usually do things when you flip to certain modes. They have attack, health, and defense. And they have a cool little reminder of what the other side is, so when you're trying to decide if you want to flip or not. So we got Bumblebee, who is Bumblebee. Got Optimus Prime, like G1 Optimus Prime. Kind of a weird modern Ironhide, where like that looks like it does not turn into that. In a like sports police car fire rescue, apparently red alert. Those are the 4 characters you get in here. And again, this is enough for 1 person to play. This is not enough for 2 people. It suggests you take, each player takes 2 characters and split the deck in half, and that's how you play. And that is a terrible, terrible way to play. Don't do that. There's no strategic options when you're playing. It's not fun. It's a slog. Just don't do it. If you really want to play this game with a friend, both of you buy one of these, and then you can have an actual game. So then we have the 40-card deck, and I just realized there's no actual rule sheet in here. It is literally on a card. That's interesting. Oh wow, and there's... Wow, okay. I didn't realize all this was in here. So these are the damage markers, and these are terrible. So you have to punch these out, and these aren't thick. This is the same thickness as every other card in here. So those are gonna tear immediately as you punch these out. Wow. So yeah, I'm not using those. There is your rules. If you want to pause it and read all the rules in the game, that's pretty much it. Wow, yeah. I can't believe there's not a rulebook in here. That's baffling to me. Is there really no rulebook? There is not. Wow. Alright, well, the game isn't that hard, but there is a lot of weird things to it you have to know going into it, basically. So you have a team of 2 to 5 Transformers, then you have a deck of 40 battle cards. These are actions and upgrades. Those are the only 2 cards in the game. That's also what kind of put me off to this at first. This very much plays like Star Wars Destiny. This is probably the best comparison because you have characters that start on the board, and your deck is just like events and things. You're not like playing new characters as the game goes on. You start with all the characters on the board. This is how this works. So, like I said, 2 types of cards: actions and upgrades. Actions, you do what they say and discard them. Upgrades attach to one of your characters. And there's 3 types. There's armor, utility, and weapons. And each Transformer can have one of each. You can have an armor, weapon, and utility. And then when you attack, you flip over 2 cards at the top of your deck. And depending on what you're doing, you'll add these to them, kind of like triggers and Vanguard or anything like that. So if you're attacking, you see attacking has the orange number, you're looking for orange symbols. So if you were to attack, you always flip 2 no matter what, unless you have an ability, and you add those to your attack. So if Bumblebee attacked, it'd be 4 plus 2, so 6 attack. And then if I was attacking Optimus, he has 2 defense, so he always flips over 2 cards no matter what his defense is. And he would get 2 more, so he'd be 4 defense, so 6 to 4, that's 2, so 2 damage would hit him. And that's the entire game. Literally, that's the entire game. The upgrades can do different things like Bold 2, where you flip 2 more cards, so you'd flip 4 cards whenever you do your attacks. This is a grenade launcher, so it would give you just 4 plus 4 attack, and after you do it, you scrap it. I do love they use scrap as an actual term in this game. Scrap is like basically a cuss word in Transformers. So when you scrap a card, it goes to your scrap pile, which is your discard. There's things like actions. If it's a truck, repair 2 damage. If it's a car, draw 2 cards. All the Transformers have traits at the top, so you can see that Bumblebee is a car, and Optimus is a truck. And that's really it. That's really the entire game. When it's your turn, you have 2 actions you can do. Not really actions. You have 2 cards you can play. When it's your turn, you can play 1 action and 1 upgrade. That's it. After that, you pick one of your Transformers to attack. You have to attack. You tap them. Actually called tapping because this is Wizards, so they can use the word tap. You tap to attack one of their Transformers. It has to be a tapped Transformer, or if they don't have anyone tapped, you can pick who you're attacking. You do the battle like I just described to you, and then that's your turn. Super, super easy. Almost too easy. And then you just go back and forth. You don't untap them after your turn ends or the beginning of your turn. So once you attack with someone, you're done with them until you're both done attacking, basically. So when it would come back to me, if I attacked with Optimus, for instance, I still have these 3 guys untapped, so I have to attack with one of these guys, and I can only attack their tapped characters. And we go back and forth, and when the last guy attacks and everyone is tapped, then everyone untaps, and you can keep playing. Knowing all of that, there's a lot of strategy on who you pick to attack first, who you're going to hold back, who you're going to pick to attack, because, like I said, you can only attack a tapped character. So if you don't want Optimus to get attacked, you don't want to attack with him, attack with someone else. So knowing all of that, if you go back to the 2-player starter wants you to do, where you take this in half, and each player only has 2, can you see where this gets stupid? It's you attack, then you attack, then you stand everyone up, then you attack, you stand everybody up. There's no strategy to it. You don't have 4 to choose from. It's just you do your 2, stand them up, you do your 2, you stand them up. That's it. And actually, I just remembered something. I remembered something even more why I hated the Gen Con demo. We didn't have 2 characters. We each only had 1 character. That's how the demo was. That's why it was so quick and so stupid. So we attacked, stood it up, attacked, stood it up. That was the entire game. That was why the demo was so terrible. I'm glad I remember that. So you can see the artwork's really good on the Transformer cards. These are like not really a War for Cybertron level, but a lot of the games, like mobile games and stuff like that, use this kind of modern G1 style, and I really like the art on these. The Transformer cards look great. The actual battle cards are kind of hit and miss. Most of the art is from the IDW comics, the newer comics. Pretty much all of it, as far as I'm aware. There might be some of the older comics in here, but as far as I know, there is no original art anywhere in here for the game except for the Transformers. And there's no like original cartoon screenshots or anything like that. This is all from the comics. But yeah, I mean, it's not terrible, obviously, but some of it, like, that's that's a card. Some of it's just could be better. I would like to see some original art for the battle cards. So yeah, there's the deck. Here are the two of the 3 promos I got at Gen Con. I have a Ramjet somewhere, but it's boring anyway, you don't need to see it. So I got Cup, who is a truck that turns into a ranged guy. Cup is another old G1 character from the movie, actually. And I got a Dinobot, I got Swoop. Swoop is actually one of my favorite Dinobots because I like flying things. I want to make a Dinobot team, absolutely, because Dinobots are the best. So, yeah. And then I bought some booster packs the other day. I just wanted to show you how they look because they're ridiculous. This is a booster pack. You can see how giant it is because every booster pack comes with a Transformer, so they have to be this giant size. And then inside, all the cards fill out. This is obviously not how it came. I've already opened this. There's 2 little like sandwich cardboard dividers in there, and then the cards are actually in a separate booster pack you have to open up. So you have to open up 2 packs to get to them. Comes with 7 battle cards, 3 commons, I guess. Oh no, sorry, 4 commons. 4 commons, 1 rare, 2 uncommons. And this is where the game actually gets cool, because the stuff in the booster packs is actually interesting and actually has a lot, can add a lot of strategy to the game. So you can do all kinds of stuff, like, where was the other one that I liked? Like here, this is a fusion cannon for Megatron, so this can only go on Megatron. Well, it can go on anyone, just give him +1, but you want to put it on Megatron. He has Pierce 3, so that means you do at least 3 damage no matter what when you're attacking. And then there's things like Rapid Ascent. When you put this on a ranged character, your opponent chooses a card from the hand and scraps it, and you get +1 defense. So the battle cards in the booster packs are actually pretty cool and actually make this game worth playing, I think. And then I got an uncommon Transformer. This is Demolisher. He is a tank. He's from Armada, actually. I guess people liked him enough for him to be modernized. You flip to this mode, you draw a card for each of your other tanks, so I actually want to make a tank deck, I guess. I'll show you why in a second. 3 attack, 7 health, and then he's got no attack, and then 4 defense when he's in bot mode, which is funny because he's a coward. And then when he's attacking, flip extra cards equal to his defense. That's actually pretty cool. I actually didn't read him before. So he flips 6 cards when he attacks? That sounds like Demolisher. Because the cards you flip could be anything, so it could be 0 or it could be 12. It all just depends on what you flip. And then the other booster pack I got, I was going to get more today for this review, but my Walmart's already sold out of all of them. Is everything cool in here? This one's pretty cool. Brainstorm. You may play an action, then you may play another action. So basically you get to play 3 actions, including this card, instead of the 1 normally. This one's cool. You may KO one of your characters that has 6 stars or more. If you do, take an extra turn after this one. That can be pretty crazy. A cool thing, how I explained how your attacking works, you attack with 1, and you can only attack a tapped one. If all of your opponent's Transformers are tapped, and you have more than 1 Transformer untapped, you attack with all of your guys you have left until everyone's tapped. So there's some way you can play this where you could have a big turn. And like, say you only have, your guy has 1 health left, you know he's gonna die next turn, KO him, get 2 turns out of it. It's pretty cool. This one's fun. Each player chooses a weapon on one of their characters and scraps it, and then each player chooses a card in their hand and scraps it. And then a card for the Dinobots, put on Dinobots only, and bold 2. And one last thing I guess I should explain. The white symbol, I didn't explain that earlier when I was explaining how to play. So orange for attacking, blue for defense. The white is called the critical, I think? Is that the term for it? It doesn't even explain it on the cards. Of course not. It's called critical or special or something like that. When you flip it over, you flip over 2 more cards once. So if I was attacking and I flipped over these 2 cards, I would get 2 attack, and then I'd flip over 2 more cards for that. So I'd, like, for instance, flip over these 2. If I flipped over another white card, I don't get to keep flipping. It's only just the one time. So I get to flip 4 cards altogether. That's how that works. And then the Transformer card I got was Darkmount, another tank. So I need to make a Decepticon tank deck, I guess. So when you flip to this mode, you may scrap a card from your hand. If you do 2 damage to an enemy. That's really good to do 2 damage wherever you want. And then while he's defending against a ranged attack, he gets +2 defense. So he gets 5 defense when he's defending against ranged. It's actually really cool, actually. I like Darkmount as a character because he's ridiculous. Sweet. Yeah, I need to make a... I'm gonna make a Dinobot deck and a evil tank deck. I think that's the ones I'm gonna go for. Okay, I've been on long enough. That's gonna be it for this video. I might have some gameplay up of this soon. I don't really have anyone to play Transformers with, so we'll see if I can do anything with it. But I'll probably do some booster pack opening videos when I can find some more somewhere. And I'm actually really excited because they have announced a new deck that comes out next month. That's a Metroplex deck. It's a Titan deck. And it literally has a card that's as big as this box for Metroplex. And you get 3 other regular-sized Transformer cards, these guys, and a 40-card deck. I cannot wait to play with that. It's almost like an arch enemy thing from Magic, I guess. We have no idea how Metroplex works or the Titan cards work. There's going to be more. But he has his own damage counter and stuff, I guess. I don't know. I'm really excited about that. I'll definitely be getting that when it comes out. Alright, that's it for me. Thank you guys for watching. I'll have playlist stuff to watch down here. If you guys have any questions, of course, let me know and I'll answer them as soon as I can. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day.